Caribbean entrepreneurs, it's time to level up. Whether or not you're running a small business or you're coaching, consultancy, or creating content, if you're ready to 10 times your income, your revenue in 2025, then you are in the right place. The strategies I'm about to share with you have helped businesses grow from struggling to six-figure incomes, so you have to stick this one through. And even will be able to allow you to scale into 7 and multiple 7 figures in US currency. So if you're tired of hustling with little results, this is where you need to park. And let's get right into it. Hi, I'm Kari'𝐬, and I am a brand architect, a visibility strategist, and soft skills expert. And I have been in the business of integrated marketing, communications, and media for nearly 30 years. Today, I want to talk to you especially about the Caribbean, especially how Caribbean entrepreneurs can level up and increase revenue right now. The number one is the problem. Let's look at it. The problem is the market size, the Caribbean market versus other regions. Let us examine the unique problems that we face where we're concerned. The truth is that most Caribbean entrepreneurs do face big challenges. One, limited marketing research. That's correct. So we don't have a lot of data to work with. The Caribbean region has a population of just about 44 million people spread across multiple islands. Hundreds of islands in just Bahamas alone. Compare this to North America, which is 579 million, South America is 430 million, Africa's 1.4 billion. We have a smaller audience, which means scaling is tougher internally unless we go global. Number two, inconsistent revenue. Many businesses in the Caribbean depend on tourism, which fluctuates seasonally. The World Bank reports that tourism accounts for up to 50% of GDP in some areas, in some islands like the Bahamas and in St. Lucia. In Aruba, it is a whopping 70% of GDP, making Aruba highly vulnerable to external shocks. What happens when slow season hits? What happens when a pandemic hits? Number three, lack of systems that scale. Many Caribbean entrepreneurs rely heavily on word of mouth, marketing, manual processes, and outdated business models that don't allow for true expansion. In contrast, North America and Asia have fully embraced the digital marketing, automation, and AI-driven sales. In the Dominican Republic, SMEs contribute about 38% to GDP, but they struggle with digitization. And that therefore limits their ability to scale. But guess what? Are these barriers or are they opportunities? Depends on how you look at it. If you know how to work them, you can turn what is a challenge into an opportunity. So let's look at the shifts that are going to be needed by Caribbean entrepreneurs in order to get greater leverage in this global economy. To truly level up, there has to be a shift. And that shift has to be a digital revolution happening in our individual island nations and across collectively. To level up, Caribbean entrepreneurs need to make 3 key shifts. First, go digital and expand globally. E-commerce in North America alone hit 1.1 trillion in 2023. In Puerto Rico, online sales are rising, but only about 30% of businesses have a strong digital presence. Why aren't more Caribbean businesses selling online to global customers? 2, Build multiple revenue streams. I feel like I have been singing this song. So somebody give me a tiny violin, because I've been repeating this song for at least maybe about 8 or 9, maybe 10 years even. Somebody please start listening to me. We have to build multiple revenue streams. This does not only go for individual personal finance, but also for business finance. It is the unwise merchant who literally only sends one ship on one water. You have to cast your ship upon many waters. It is ecclesiastical wisdom as old as the Bible, literally and figuratively. And in building strong revenue streams, what we're going to do is leverage different ways of earning. The global online education market is projected to reach $648 billion by 2030. $648 billion by 2030. What portion of the pie, of that pie, could be yours? Imagine launching an online course from Jamaica or Trinidad or Aruba, selling it worldwide. I've done so. You can. And I can help you to do the same. Jamaica saw a 25% increase in digital entrepreneurship in the last 3 years alone. But many still lack automation. Automation is what has helped me to penetrate into very hard places, and even as a solopreneur, to be able to maximize my capacity while minimizing my overheads. You want to also create automated systems for growth. The Caribbean region ranks behind in business automation. So only 15% of businesses in Curaçao use AI-driven customer service tools compared to 60% in Europe. 90% of US businesses use email funnels and AI-driven marketing. It's time for us to do the same. And oftentimes when I see some of these things being implemented, they are implemented just willy-nilly, without real strategy, without real structure, because they're implemented by people who may have just done an online course here and there and don't understand integrated marketing communications, which is what will be able to anchor all of your efforts cohesively so that you're going to be able to get the best return on your investment. I'm tired of seeing people hire some nice person who's a social media influencer to manage their social media, because that is not the way to really stimulate growth, the way to create a corporate message, and the way to actually convert and to expand. It's just pretty much flat. So you can hire influencers as part of a strategy. You can contract influencers as part of a strategy, but just hiring somebody who is just going to post on social media cannot be your strategy. It has to be integrated for it to be effective. And you've got to get seasoned professionals who have been experienced in working globally, who've been living and working outside of the region, for you to be able to tap into those new markets. Because how can you speak a language that you've never spoken before? So those are the things that have to be shifted. Now let's talk about digital domination as a strategy. You are no longer limited by your location. Where are the sound effects when you need it? Like, I really want a sound effect right there. I said you are no longer limited by your location. You don't have to go on a plane and go to a conference in Timbuktu in order to be able to access other people. Not to say that conferences are not useful as part of your business networking. They are. But I'm saying you can have access right now without even getting on a plane. Whether you sell products, offer services, or teach others, the world is your audience if you are willing to make it so. Social media, content marketing, and online courses can skyrocket your reach. So Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, together have some of the highest internet penetration rates across the region, over 75%. So there's an opportunity for those countries. And I'm originally from Jamaica, so I'm happy to hear. All right. In the Dominican Republic, social media engagement is at 60%, yet only 35% of businesses leverage it for sales. TikTok and Instagram Reels have the highest engagement rates worldwide, yet 30% of Caribbean businesses use them strategically. The global e-commerce industry is projected to grow by 9.4% annually, meaning now is the time to establish your online presence. Not later, but now. The key, showing up consistently and proving and providing value, real value. Strategy number 2. Let's talk a little bit more about multiple streams of income. One stream of income is way too risky. If we've learned nothing else from the pandemic, it's that. What's funny about me and my business model was that the pandemic created the perfect storm for me to see the weaknesses. I already had the philosophy of multiple income streams, which I told you earlier. And if you've been listening to me for a long enough time, you've been hearing me say the same thing over and over. And while I did have multiple income streams set up in terms of the way that I do business, it was only in the pandemic that I realized that even though I had multiple income streams, all of those income streams were actually dependent on people being able to go in planes or on ships and move from country to country. So travel was part of it. So I was affected in many ways because everything literally, even though there were multiple income streams, the source was all the same. So even in your diversification, you want to be able to get a business advisor to be able to look and follow those streams all the way to origin, to see where it is that those streams are originating, so that you're not actually diversifying from the same stream, which would be counterproductive. They need to be complementary, but it cannot be from the same stream, from the same source rather. Now let us get into the passive income streams. We're talking about things like books, we're talking about online courses, we're talking about affiliate marketing. And when I say books, I also mean ebooks. I launched my own ebook, by the way, and I have lots of different things. You can actually see kari'𝐬.com/link in bio for some of the ways that you can engage with me. And these products are very important because they allow you to have passive sales. What are passive sales? It means that you simply do the work up front, and then the work that you already done up front creates a return on investment that gives you passive income, that you're not having to do it repeatedly. So you write the book up front, you create the course up front, you have an affiliate marketing situation where you are, for example, I have an affiliate marketing concept in my own company, where people who sign up with me as affiliate marketers are able to sell my products and get a percentage of that without doing the work, without actually having to do the work. And they can set it up automatically as well, so that they don't even have to do anything. So it becomes passive income to them. Now that's what I'm talking about. This is how we need to band together. Passive income streams in the US, digital products grew by 35% in 2024 alone. So 35% in the US in 2024, 35% US alone. High ticket offers, what do I mean? Consultancy, premium services. Because I am a seasoned professional and I've had nearly 30 years experience, because I started out at 16 in media, communication, integrated marketing. And I've actually done and worked and I've actually done business in 6 countries and lived in 5 countries and 2 hemispheres. I'm able to charge premium for services. So I have different people at different levels of engagement. I consult with governments, I consult with businesses of every size, consult even with entrepreneurs and founders as well. And plus I also do a lot of work with just the ordinary person who wants to be able to grow. Different levels of offers. You want to be able to position yourself for all of those, and you've got to be able to position yourself at the area of your expertise and competence, because you don't want to go into areas that you have no business in, right? So global coaching is worth over 20 billion and it's growing rapidly. Where are you in that mix? Recurring revenue, also set up in my business. So what does that mean? It means membership, subscriptions, software as a service, SaaS. It means that somebody buys something and you pay like 20. It's like you become Netflix. You become Amazon Prime. So people pay and repeat. So people, for example, I have my Impactpreneurs membership program, and that allows persons to sign up and pay a monthly fee to access calls, group masterclasses, and so on, to also do the live cooking classes that I do in that group. And they pay a set fee monthly as part of my business model. And this is the recurring revenue that's going to be really critical in helping your cash flow to really be consistent in your business, even in the times when you will have dips in your cash flow, depending on market volatility and stuff, market changes. So top businesses in North America and Europe rely on subscription-based models. I mean, Netflix is a subscription-based model. There are so many software as a service entities that really only operate as recurring subscription-based models. And how can you apply this to your business? Now, that's again where you would need a qualified, experienced advisor who's been doing this kind of thing to be able to advise you to see what are your areas of opportunities to create a subscription-based product. In Aruba, businesses that integrated a subscription model saw an increase in revenue in 2023. So the next strategy is systems and automations. This is a huge masterclass on its own. I really should have charged for this, but because I want us all to level up, I'm giving this for you for free. Of course, you can decide to engage with me and work with me in business advising and consultancy. Then I'll be able to really help you to implement these strategies so that you can drive that income and get that ROI. So systems and automations, if you're doing everything manually, here's one of my favorite sayings. If you've been watching, you've been hearing it. You are leaving money on the table. Doing things manually is leaving money on the table. Businesses that use email marketing automation make, listen to this, 320% more revenue than those who don't. I had to pause so that I could sit in. AI chatbots and virtual assistants help reduce costs by 30% and save us from the cheeky customer service agents that we often experience from time to time, while increasing customer engagement. Trinidad and Tobago has the highest adoption of fintech solutions in the region, yet many businesses still process transactions manually. Caribbean entrepreneurs must start using tools like Kajabi, ClickFunnels, and ConvertKit to automate marketing and sales, which I have been since 2021. So, if businesses, and by the way, if you want a link for 30 days free of Kajabi, I'm your man. I'll give you a link in the description box. Next point, if businesses in Asia and Africa are scaling and using automation, why aren't more entrepreneurs in the Caribbean doing the same? What's stopping us? What's stopping you? And so here's the secret weapon. The Booked, Sold, and Busy challenge coming up. If you want to fast track your success, you need a roadmap. And that's why I've created this Booked, Sold, and Busy challenge, where I will help you as a business owner, an entrepreneur, founder, content creator, professional, to build a scalable approach to business that allows you to make multiple six figures this year. If you are serious about increasing your revenue and creating a business that works for you, that allows you to move your inheritance and that of your children for generations, this is for you. Join me inside the Booked, Sold, and Busy challenge. You'll learn the exact steps that you'll need to build a thriving, profitable business with content, systems, and most of all, strategy. Click the link in the description box and let's get you booked, sold, and busy. The S's are slapping me today. So, who's gonna be with me? I'm Kari'𝐬. And I want you to level up your business. I want you to get booked, sold, and busy. This is an important time in the Caribbean. This is an important time in our history. We're not going to get this opportunity again. You can sit down and wait for governments to change. You can sit down and wait for policies to change. You can do all of those things. But let me tell you something. It's actually biblical that a poor man's wisdom is despised. If you want to be able to influence the region politically, influence the world politically, then we also have to be able to increase our influence by generating greater income. Yeah, the income allows us to have greater power and greater impact. So let us get booked, sold, and busy. Let's get it. Let's get our piece of that 600 plus pie. Like, seriously. We don't need to sit down and think of the 3 million or 2 million or 1 million or 100,000 or 75,000 people in our local audiences alone. And just simply being online and doing online content is still not going to allow you to maximize income. You've got to be able to have a strategy that works. So let's do it. Let's get booked, sold, and busy. Let's join hands and let's do this thing. Let's do it together. See you in class. I'm Kari'𝐬, and until next time, level up. Ayo. Bye-bye.